So could you introduce the Emeka Foundation and the key area it focuses on?
Okay, Okoye Foundation is a foundation that began philanthropic work in the late 90s, but it was incorporated officially in 2011. And since then, it has been doing a lot of philanthropic work in health, education, and social economic.
All right, that's nice. What inspired the creation of them hiring Okoye Memorial Hospital as part of the foundation's work?
The foundation is into health, and when the foundation saw that we have a lot of people that needed healthcare and the healthcare is not accessible, so the foundation, the hospital, Dame Irene Okoye Memorial Hospital, was first built as a general hospital that will provide general care to people. But the founder of the Okoye Foundation, engineer Dr. Emeka Okwuosa, noted that there's a lot of people suffering from cardiovascular diseases, and to obtain the treatment outside the country. Before they could do that, especially indigent patients, they die off and they won't be able to access those treatments. And so he thought about it and decided to shift the model of the hospital from just general practices to become a specialized cardiovascular center.
Wow, that's very inspiring. So, what does the hospital complement the foundation's overall mission? Like, how does the hospital complement the foundation's overall mission?
Okay, the hospital complements the foundation's overall mission in ensuring that healthcare gets to indigent patients at a subsidized cost. Over the course of 3 years, we've been able to perform 118 open heart surgeries on indigent patients. Some, especially the pediatrics, received free treatment, while the adults received at a subsidized rate. And not just that, if you are here on Wednesday, we also do a health fair, what we call a health fair, medical health outreach, that over thousands currently we've reached running to providing free healthcare to over 4,000 persons who come here, check their vitals, check their sicknesses, and they're given medical care.
So, Dame Irene's Okoye Memorial Hospital is known for offering advanced cardiac surgeries in Nigeria. Can you talk about the significance of this achievement?
Okay, like I told you, in the course of just 3 years, Dame Irene Okoye Memorial Hospital have performed 118 open heart surgery. Um, just the numbers is as at September, October 2024. I've not incorporated the current numbers for this current mission that we are running. And these numbers of persons would have either gone into complications or even died before they could access treatment. But bringing cardiovascular center to the heart of Anambra State, which is already here, made it possible to ensure that we have less deaths and less complication. Currently, we also have over 150 persons on our waiting list. And I tell you that those 150 persons, 2.5% of them have died, and some, a few, have developed complication because the missions are not frequent. It's a biannual mission. And as a last mission, 2024 September October mission, Dame Irene Okoye Memorial Hospital performed the highest number of cardiac surgery in Nigeria, attending to 51 persons in just 3 weeks.
Wow. Wow. So, what kind of feedback have you received from beneficiaries or community served by this hospital?
Okay, on the community served by these people who've received good commendations. Some people have even referred people to this place for treatment, and some have become our ambassadors, sharing the good news all over the place. Somebody like Reverend Amai, who says we did not know that such thing happens here, but eventually was one of the people that was saved here, and now he's an ambassador for SEALs.
Wow. So, how has the presence of Dame Irene Okoye Memorial Hospital changed the healthcare landscape in Anambra State and beyond?
The presence of this hospital has changed the landscape of healthcare because not only it's not like it's money minded. Yes, a lot of cost is being spent on treatment, on consumables, but if we have patients that come in here that are paid, they pay. If they cannot pay, we provide them free healthcare in order to ensure that we don't lose somebody to cardiovascular diseases.
Wow. So what roles does communication play in building awareness of the hospital?
Okay, currently we have a communication team that tries to showcase the hospital through our social media handles. But without that communication team, people will not know because this is Orishite. Orishite is a small village. To some people, they will just say it's not on the map. But with them hiring Okoye Memorial Hospital, Orishite is currently being on the map, and people are actually knowing that such a thing exists. And without communication, without experts like you, it won't have been possible.
So how do you communicate highly technical healthcare stories to a general audience?
Okay, those stories will try to break down the videos.
Okay.
Some are done in Igbo, some are done in English, and we try to put those videos out there on our social media handles. We have a YouTube, we have an Instagram page, we have a Twitter page, and we have a Facebook page. So push those videos out there, and we also have people like you, Anambra Socials, coming around to do such videos and then put it out there.
Wow. So what strategies have you found effective in encouraging trust and participation from local communities?
That's a very good question because to get trust, you need to increase your success rate. And to get partnerships, you need to show that what you do is actually impacting on the community you are dealing with. So for us over here, we let our work speak for us, okay, and that has helped enabled us to get partnerships. Operations done here are basically not less than 95% success, and that success rate actually speaks for us that people leave Lagos, Abuja, and they come to be operated in Anambra State or City Anambra State. So our successes speak for us, and then the work we do also speak for us.
Wow. Wow. So great. So how do you balance traditional and digital media in spreading the foundation's work?
We'll balance traditional and digital media through one, ensuring that we bring in the television stations. There's people like Anambra Broadcasting Service to ensure that they cover what we do. We also have people like Arise coming to cover what we do, and then we have social media team like you people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are there particular campaigns or online moments that significantly boosted this visibility of them of the awareness of Christian Memorial Hospital?
Significant moments, our beneficiary stories.
Okay.
Our beneficiary stories are on our website. Our beneficiary stories are on our YouTube page. And those are the kind of significant moments that when you see a kid, I remember that particular story, I don't forget that post. Now I can carry my bag. When she had a heart condition, she couldn't carry her bag, but she ended her interview with, but now I can carry my school bag. I can share that video with you. That's a very significant story for me. When it's beneficiary, you hear the beneficiary story, it's the highest selling point for you.
Okay, so how do you handle media coverage during major surgical missions or medical outreach programs?
Because of the sensitivity of what we do, we don't really allow media persons into the operating room, but we have viewing rooms and which we can easily get a coverage. First of all, you get informed consent of the patient and patient relation before we can do that. Then we can be able to get the videos out there.
Okay, yeah, good. So how does the foundation uses communication to educate the public on health and wellness, especially in rural communities?
Okay, we do come, like I told you earlier, we do a medical fair, community health fair.
Community health fair.
Yeah, community health fair, where we bring in people. People come here to access treatment, and during that community health fair, they are also educated on the need for them to live a healthy life, what they need to do to live a healthy life, and the need for people to go for regular checkups, check your vitals to avoid sudden death.
So, what partnerships have helped amplify your health-related communication efforts? What partnership?
The partnership that have helped our amplify real communication efforts includes our partnership with people like United Nigeria Airline and United Nigeria Airline. We also have partnerships with people like you, Anambra Socials. We also have partnerships with other media, ABS, Arise. We also have partnerships with Boom Foundation that also work with us. They are a major partner for this medical mission. And we also have Child Aid Nigeria. Don't forget them.
Child Aid Nigeria.
Child Aid Nigeria. They're also part of the people that ensures that this mission are successful. Yeah.
Can you share a compelling story from Emeka Okwuosa's foundation that deeply moved you?
Yeah, I can. There's a lady who was supposed to be operated on and for open heart surgery, and on the day of her surgery she started menstruating.
Okay.
And unfortunately, because of the blood needed for surgery, we couldn't operate, so she had to be sent home. But we made it a priority for her to be on the priority list for the next mission. And on the next mission, she was operated on, she's doing well, and one, we gave her a free surgery for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was very nice to hear. So, how do you ensure the voices of patients and frontline medical workers are represented in your content?
We do interview, not only beneficiaries interview. Beneficiaries are the patients, that's beneficiaries. We do beneficiaries interview, we do beneficiary relatives interview, and also we also interview the doctors, the surgeons, the nurses, perfusionists, and anesthesiologists that do the surgery. So we also allow their voice to be heard because they are the real ones having the real experience. So we need to get that experience out there. They are all in our YouTube page.
Okay. How prepared is the communication team to respond to public concerns or emergencies, especially in a sensitive area like health?
In a sensitive area like health, our team responds to emergencies probably by their response because as a good communicator, you need to listen more. You shouldn't be quick to action, but you need to listen more to the yearnings of your people, and you'll be able to respond to what they need and ensure that they get what they need.
Okay. So, what's one challenge you faced communicating during a high stake moment, and how were you able to handle it?
Okay. So 2023. I'll give you an instance. We had over 100 families. 2023 November mission. We had over 100 families here pushing through the doors. They wanted their children to be operated on. But when we bring in these experts, they have a limited time to say 2 weeks, top 3 weeks. So we could only operate on 15 kids. And most of the parents or the kids that were not operated on were aggrieved. But we tried our best to give them hope to hang on to the next mission to be able to be part of the operation. But that also shows a need for a collaborative partnership with both governments and other stakeholders, other big shots, top shots. Anambra State has a lot of big shots and top shots. If we could collaborate with them, be able to keep these people here for more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and a lot of families will be attended to these days, less grievances.
All right. So, what has working in this role taught you about the power of communication, humanitarian, and health-driven initiatives?
Power of communication. Communication is a two-way thing.
Okay.
And when you are communicating with somebody, you need to not only speak, but also allow the person you're communicating with to respond. So you need to be an active listener, and then you need to balance the both sides to be able to communicate well.
So, how will you stay inspired and aligned with the foundation's missions daily?
The foundation's missions and visions are very simple. And so if you need to respond to those missions and visions, you need to ensure that your beneficiaries are well fed in the three focus areas that we deal with, which is health, education, and socioeconomic. For health, not only do we do with health education, we also deal with hospital. That's why we use this ultra modern hospital to be ensure that people get what they need. When you know the yearnings of the underserved, because we are into ensuring that the underserved community are well fed. So you into the yearnings of the underserved community, that's why we built the hospital. And then we built a school, which was donated to the Anglican Communion.
Wow.
Yes, the Jericho Name Irish Osa Memorial Convent. So that particular school was donated to the Anglican Communion. It's also in Orange here. It's an all-girls school. We also built that school and then donated it to the Anglican Communion to ensure that girls go to school, that they receive the education, the high quality of education they so much need. We've empowered people socioeconomically, ensuring that we've given some in the past vehicles, bikes to improve their businesses. We've also, especially during Christmas period, we make sure that people have food packs to eat. And currently, we are looking towards getting an entrepreneurship center where we can teach people how to fish instead of giving them fish.
Wow, that's really, really impressive. So, what future initiative from the foundation and hospital should the public look forward to?
Like I just said, we are planning on building an entrepreneurship
Yes.
center where we can able to teach people how to fish and not just give them fish. Then for education, we're also looking at mentorship. We're also looking at ensuring that people go to school without hitches. And in terms of health, we are looking at expanding the game Irene Okoye Memorial Hospital, not only to be into general practice and cardiovascular. We are looking at making it to have look at kidney centers and also a cancer center.
Oh, wow. So, where do you envision the communication department in the next 3 to 5 years in terms of reach, tools, and storytelling?
Hmm. In terms of our reach, we have a lot of followers currently on our Facebook and our Instagram. And those our communication people, we are rebranding and also trying to ensure that we have more followers on those social media pages and be able to communicate to the outside world and get the stories of the beneficiaries also out there.
Thank you.
Right? It's the target. Yeah, right here. Drink that.